Hi everyone, today I'm just going to show you where I'm at. I have finished one part of the tree and I am ready to start the next section. So I'll show you what I've done. Oops. Okay, so on the screen, as you know that we were working on Sylvia Post, who does show up as a genetic cousin to Bert. I have done her family tree back to the 1700s. This is what it looks like in a fan chart, and there's only been a couple of branches that I've not been able to follow all the way back. This one down here, there was never any father listed, so he was, this person was the daughter of a single mum. And this one over here, I'm just not quite sure why I can't get back any further, but as it is, those people were born in the early 1800s, and everybody on the outer rim was born in the 1700s. So we got back quite a bit. Ori is squeaking a squeaky toy. So since I finished Sylvia's one, I know that she's related, but she is not she's not in Bert's known lines. I assume that she is in the unknown line. Let me go down. As I mentioned, I'm using the color coding. Here we go, this was her Sylvia Holtzoff. So I have added her to the test tree. Now when I click onto hers and I look at shared matches, this is people that are related to both Bert and this lady. I come up with MD and Lemmy Style. And I click on MD, who only has 7 people, and I am going to put them in and see if I can go back a couple of generations. But this MD person also shares matches with Bert to Doug Codown. He has shared matches also with MD and Glenda Fedders Brislon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first work on Doug Codown's tree. I think that one's probably the best one to go with, and then Glenda's, and then maybe that's when I'll touch on MD, because that one needs a little bit more work. So this one here is Doug Codown. Now I did notice when I looked at the names that yes, they all seem to be Dutch, so that bodes well. I did see that this person here, their name is Grace Dorsman. On the matches compare, when I brought up Glenda Jean Fedders Brislon, so they both have a common line in the Dorsmans. So I think that I'm going to trace that one first and see if that leads me somewhere interesting. It may be this Vandenberg. I'm pretty sure that we have Vandenbergs excuse me, in the family tree already, but who knows, it might be any of them. But that is where I am starting next with Doug Codown. So for me to do that, I need to start a whole new tree within this file. So I'm just going to add a person that's unrelated to anybody, because I don't know where the relation is. And this will be, oh my goodness, can't type. That will be Doug Codown. Okay, so going back to his tree, he knows who his parents are. It looks like his dad, Douglas, passed away in 1982. But his mum must be still alive, or still alive at the last time that he updated this. However, we already know that his mom's last name is also going to be Van Meteren. So here we go. So for Doug, I am adding his father, Douglas. Code in. And his mother, unknown first name, last name, Van Meter, oops, E-R-E-N. There we go, Meteren. Okay, now Doug probably knew his dad, so I'm just going to steal his birth and death dates. So 1948 to 1982, 1948 to 1982, and his mum, well, as I said, we don't know. Alright, so as I mentioned, I'm going to go with the Dorsman line to start with. So Mum's dad is Adrian Van Meter, oops, going to do that in uppercase, E-E-T-E-R-E-N, Meteren. And Grace Van Den Berg. Okay, so I have had some Vandenbergs in the tree before, but they don't have a dot, which means that they are not a blood relation. They might be a father or mother of a wife. The same thing with the Van Meterens. I've had Van Meteren in the tree as well. This might be a good lead if I get stuck later to have a look and see where these ones all match up. But anyway, so that I can tell who I'm working on, as I mentioned, I use color coding. So for the current person, my base person from Ancestry, I color them pink, and then I do their ancestors and descendants all in one color. Now, as part of the, get off of that, and give you my main screen fully. Go back home. There we go. There's Bert. So these are my four main colours. I don't want to pick any of those or any of the other colours that I've picked, if I can help it. Eventually down the track I probably will need to double up on colours, but I will never be doubling up on these four colours. So let me go back to Doug. Okay, so the next colour that's available that I haven't used before is light blue. And I'm also going to include the descendants as well. Okay, so any other, when I start researching, I'm going to start here with Adrian Van Meteren and Grace Van Den Berg. I'm not even going to look at what research he's done, because I do rely on, like I said, I rely on my own research. But that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to start by looking for the marriage of that couple. Okay, so this is defaulted to Google's web search, the Ancestry web search. And that's probably them. Let's see. Actually, let me click on that one and we'll see what the suggesteds are. Because ideally, I'd like to find their marriage. No. Okay. I am going to go back to this. Okay. So, as I mentioned, of course, Doug probably knew who his parents were, probably knew his grandparents. Looks like Adrian Van Meteren was born in Iowa and died in Iowa. He has the birthday is 31st of December 1914, and on this record here, 31st of December 1914. He's also married to a Grace Alice Van Meeteren, listed as a wife, so this is our guy. This is also telling me that his middle name starts with a P. That's nice. And so I'm going to be pulling all the information through. There's nothing I don't want to throw away. Okay, so and we're off. We are now officially working on the tree of Doug Codum, who is related by, let's see, he's a 4th to 6th cousin. So I'll probably need to go up a bunch of generations to find out how he's linked. But we're on a track in which hopefully we will match him and Glenda and our existing one that we did with Sylvia, and get all 3 of them on the same tree. That way we'll be able to work our way back down, find out who common ancestors are, and the right relationship between them and Bert. We'll see which line Bert's ancestors came down. Hey there, so I just wanted to jump back in and show you one thing. Since, well, I don't know, half an hour or so ago when I was recording last, I did just a little bit more. I looked at the, what did I look at? I looked at the census. I found the census for 1920, 1930, and 1940, and I also found the marriage. Now, the marriage for Adrian Van Meeteren, it actually turns out that he married Grace Dorsman. Now, as you may remember, on the tree that I was starting from, there we go, I had Adrian, Grace, oh my goodness, let me start again. Adrian, he had that he married Grace Vandenberg. It turns out that wasn't quite right. I saw on the marriage, let me open this up, there you go. Adrian P. Van Meeteren married Grace Dorsman. So I was like, okay, what the heck? Obviously this person doesn't quite know his grandparents. So I had a look also at his obituary. Anyway, I was looking at Grace and I wanted to see if there was any other name. There is this death record for Grace over here. Switch screens, there we go. So I found this one, Grace's Cemetery and Funeral Home collection information. It lists the father of Kren Dorsman, mother of Grace Dorsman, spouse Adrian Van Meeteren, so yeah, I think this is pretty likely to be the right person. And so it gives the father and mother's names, or at least the mother's first name. So I changed the name to Dorsman in my program, and I included Kren Dorsman as the dad and Grace. There we go. Okay, I typed in Kren, I had Kren Dorsman in, and now I've opened up all of these bits of information, the suggested records. So the first one is a delayed birth record for Gertrude Bertha Dorsman Fetters. That rang a bell. And I was like, okay, That's pretty likely. But I'm going to click on it and view the image. Now the reason why I think it is likely is because, let's go back to, don't need that one anymore, or that one. Okay, remember we're working on Doug Kodam, and I thought, the Dorsman line is probably a link to Glenda Jean Fedders Breslon, who also has Corinne Dorsman and this name, Vandenberg. Let me make it bigger for you. In my head I call that name Gretel, but they have obviously anglicized it to Grace. So we've already found the link between these two people's trees. So I am in the process of plugging in the information that matches these two. It also means that I'm not going to need to go up and do Glenda Jean Fetter's line all the way up there. It means that I'm probably not going to need to do the line, the Kodam line for Doug, which has narrowed down my search considerably. So I am going to continue using the names Corinne Dorsman. Oh, and Grace Vandenberg, that's right, I was still showing you that bit. Okay, so when we looked at that delayed certificate of birth for Gertrude Bertha Dorsman, it's put her details, her father's name, Corinne Dorsman, her mother's name is Grace Vandenberg. So it looks like whoever was doing Doug's tree had the last names mixed up between Corinne and Grace. So that is exactly why I don't use other people's research, because they're not professionals. And though I don't have any credentials, I do like to think that I know what I'm doing. Anyways, I am again going to carry on. I'm going to let my... Okay, I was looking at the marriage record of Gertrude Bertha Dawson, and she married Dick John Fedders. When I flipped over to Dick John Fedders, his mum and dad were listed as John and Nettie Fedders. I'm like, okay, I filled them in. Fedders is probably not the, what do you call it? Probably not the maiden name of Dick John Fedders' mum. But you know what? I clicked on the certificate itself and I zoomed in. So we've got Dick John Fedders. He's going to be 26 his next birthday. He was born in Orange City, Iowa. His father's name is John Fedders. His mother's maiden name is Nettie Vink, which is exciting. Now the reason that's exciting is because on the big family tree that we just made, we have Vinks. Let me see, do those Vinks, and those Vinks were in Iowa. So that means that our purple tree is about to join up to our light blue tree. I think, maybe. That will take us a long way towards finding the right ancestor. Okay, so we've got Dick John Fedders and Gertrude Dorsman. I'm going to jump over to Glenda's tree, and I can see, hang on a sec, there we go, I can see there's Dick John and Gertrude B, and she is the descendant. So I'm going to type in Glenda Jean, and because Breslon is her married name, Scotland Breslon. So Fedders was her maiden name, Breslon's her married name. The first two names were Glenda Jean. So let me put her in. Here we go. Oops. Let's bring her up. There she is. And you can see that and when I pass over this blue button, you can see the ancestors of Doug and their descendants. So she is related to Doug Kodam that we just put in earlier. Anyway, because she is also a base person that I am searching, she's one of the genetic DNA links, she gets to be pink. Now, because she is a primary person, she gets her own ancestor and descendant colour as well. So the last one that we used was blue, light blue rather. Green, yellow and red are all reserved in our main, these are Bert's ancestors colours, so we're not using that. So we're going to have orange. Okay, so all of her ancestors are marked orange. And let's put their descendants in too. Okay, so you can see over here, and over here, whoopsie. Let's have a, no. Let's go on the proper screen, huh? Haha! Okay. So, all the blue is the ancestors of Doug Kodam, the pink is the individual colour, and the orange is all the ancestors and the descendants of Glenda. Now, if we go back to Doug, there we go. You can see again that they've got the, he's touched by the orange one as well, so Doug and Glenda are related, cousins first time removed or something. But the common ancestor between the two, Corinne Dorsman and Grace Vandenberg. Let me bring that down to the root. So this is the next branch that we are going to focus on. I don't have any information on them yet besides the fact that they were the parents of these two people. I'm going to search, new search, there we go, and let's see if I can find their marriage. Oh, there's somebody's delayed birth record. Who's that? Oh, that's the one that we've just found them on, so no worries. That's a death of a child. We will get to those. I don't like using Find a Grave because they're just people as well, not necessarily trained genealogists. That's the marriage of Gertrude Bertha. Let's go back, narrow it down, just the marriages. Corinne Dorsman, spouse Grace Vandenberg. In Iowa. This is what we want. Okay, so Corinne's father was Adrian Dorsman. They have it with an E. And Gertrude Vandenberg. And Grace's parents were Manius Vandenberg and Alice Slaughter. Okay, I'm going to go through and look for some more children, some more. Oh gosh, I just kind of want to climb up the tree rather than going back down, but no, I have to be methodical. So yes, I'm going to be looking for children of all of these relationships, and then working my way back